Good morning, everybody. This is Scott Pop for Mobility Minute, and I'm going to show you a piece of equipment that is incredibly beneficial for strengthening your core system, the outer core system. We never think of the core as being both an inner and an outer, but in reality we do. We have two parts to our core system: the deep spinal stabilizers that act like little shoestring muscles, and then the outer core system that we can brace against our diaphragm and our air on the inside. And that consists of the oblique and the transverse abdominis muscle system. The piece of equipment that I'm going to show you that you've probably never heard of is called the mace bar. The mace bar is an incredibly simple piece of equipment with the weight on one end. And what this does is it allows us to train the oblique rotational and stabilization system in a unique way, what's called the eccentric loads of stabilization.
As you can see, the oblique muscle forms this nice corset that gives you this small waist. The muscles and the fibers run diagonally. This doesn't show the transverse abdominis, which goes horizontally, but this is your outer core, your natural corset, your natural back brace that supports your system.
So essentially the transverse abdominis, which wraps like a corset around your midsection, and the oblique, the external oblique goes this way, the internal oblique goes this way, are for making a small cinched waist, and they are responsible for rotation. And especially a portion of rotation that is important is called the eccentric aspect of rotation. The slowing down of rotation, meaning that if I instigate the movement of rotation, this is the instigation of rotation, but the slowing down is when I stop it over here. So what this does, this allows me to create momentum. When I lock my pelvis out and I rotate my torso on my pelvis, it incorporates slowing down right here. So I have to rotate, slow down, rotate, slow down, rotate, slow down, rotate, slow down. And then I would do it from the other side. Rotate, slow down, rotate, slow down. What that does is it creates this incredible, powerful rotational core outer strength that acts to cinch a small waist. Everybody wants a small waist, but it's not the rectus that does it. It is the oblique and the transverse muscles that give you that small waist. And that is what transfers the load between our pelvis and our shoulder and our head. This rotational aspect is where your power comes from in sports, because most sports involve a throwing motion, a punching motion, a pulling motion, acceleration, deceleration. So the mace bar comes in many different sizes. This is a 10-pound, even though it feels much more like 20 or 30. Here is a 5-pound mace bar. Here is a 15-pound mace bar. And depending on your skill level, you can start at whatever weight that feels comfortable. I would always err on a little bit less, because you're going to notice that you'll get incredibly sore because you just don't exercise this system. We always do traditional weights, which really don't bring in the obliques and the transverse very much, and especially we're only working them in the neutral zone. This allows you to get out into that extreme zone and train where you have very little strength. So I'd highly encourage you to buy this. They're very inexpensive on Amazon. You can get them on other websites. I think this light one was only like $25. The heaviest one was $45. So between $25 and $50, you're going to get an amazing piece of equipment. Go slow. Don't go crazy off the start, because you will get too sore, and work up over time. The outer core system is important. People think of the core as just doing planking and stabilization in that neutral zone, when in reality we need stabilization in all ranges of motion. So there are many other things you can do with this. I just showed rotation, so there's lots of examples on the internet. Please watch And thanks for watching. I hope you start your core training with your mace bar. Thanks.